Well, hi there and welcome to the ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for November 14th, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayers of OptionsSource.net. Let's start off with a weekly chart of the U.S. dollar index. This is a great way to gain perspective as to how the U.S. dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. Well, the U.S. dollar continues to be volatile as Europe attempts to get its financial house in order. We indicated that the 77.78 focal zone was an important overhead resistance, and despite the early attempt last week, the index still sits at the 77 support, and failure to hold this level opens the window for a retest of 75.76. A move above the 77.78 resistance level should yield an extended move higher for the U.S. dollar over the weeks to come. Let's take a quick look at the daily chart. The daily chart reflects the support level at 77. Failure to hold this level is likely to yield a continuation lower towards 76 this week. Next up, the U.S. dollar versus the Canadian dollar as seen here in the ISE FX Options Pair Value CDD. The CDD slipped back down to test 101 on Friday, having been range bound between 101 and 102 all last week. There is still significant resistance at the 102-103 zone. A break above 102 lends credibility to a push towards this 104-105 range. Let's take a look at the YUK, the US versus the Japanese yen. Well, the YUK pulled back as expected, hovering just above a key support at 76.5, 77. A bounce here should retest 78. However, we are open to a deeper pullback into the 76.5, 77 support this week. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar versus the euro as seen here in the ISE FX Options Pair Value EUI. Well, the EUI hit a 74 resistance level and pulled back on Friday. A break back above 73 opens the window for a move up towards the 75-76 highs. A continuation lower should find support down at 71-72. Next up, the BPX, the U.S. versus the British pound. The BPX erased the week's gains with a retest of 62. If this support level holds, we will look for a move towards the 63.5 resistance level. Failure to hold 62 opens the window for a continuation lower towards 61. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar versus the Australian dollar as seen here in the AUX. The AUX erased most of the week's gains on Friday but closed within the 97.98 support zone. A break above 98 should yield a continuation higher towards 100. A break below 97 is likely to signal the start of a move down towards 95. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the U.S. dollar index continues to be volatile as the index erased most of its gains for the week, closing back down at the 77 support. This support needs to hold to lend credibility to a strengthening U.S. dollar. A break below 77 opens the window for a continuation to the downside. The CDD spent the week range-bound between 101 and 102. We need to see a break back above 102 to signal a continuation higher. The YUK retraced as anticipated. 76.77 should act as support. We suspect a bounce higher this week. The EUI hit resistance at 74 and pulled back. We are open to further weakness as the pair pulls back to test support at 72. A close above 73 is likely to yield a continuation higher. The BPX continued to consolidate at the 62, 62.5 support. A break above 63 is likely to yield a tradable move to the upside, targeting 64, 64.5. The AUX closed last week positive, but off of the highs. 97 should hold as support. A bounce and subsequent break above 99 opens the window for a continuation higher. And this has been your ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for November 14th, 2011. As always, I'm Jason Ayers of OptionsSource.net, reminding you to sign up for your free webinar at www.optionssource.net. Thanks for joining me here this week. We'll see you here next week.